Now, Mr. Norman, you're recognized.
I guess in response to Ms. Legend Fernandez, you know, we are having to vote on it tomorrow. I wonder where the questions that you raised were the 4 years under your president, Joe Biden. Where was the interest to the victims, represent the victims? Crickets. James Comer's done a great job of putting this at his oversight hearing.
Would the
But back
gentleman
on
yield?
this,
Did you
back
want
on
an
this
answer
bill,
to that question?
Mr. Sessions.
Would the gentleman yield?
No, I really don't. I don't want to
I
be,
think there are answers.
do not want to yield. The bill that's before us makes common sense. We've got the right to do it. I wish everybody could have heard the testimony of what I heard Saturday of the girl who got murdered in Columbia, South Carolina, by a felon who had 25 prior, he'd been arrested over 40 times, cut loose, liberal judges. We're going to redo the way we pick our judges in South Carolina. Virginia's the only other state that picks them like South Carolina does. But, you know, this isn't some small matter of a shoplifter who, you know, does not deserve, you know, a sentence. This is violent crime. In D.C., it's 664 per 100,000. New York City, it wasn't but 189. So it's gotten out of hand up here. And I wonder if it were those who are questioning this, if it were their daughter, if it were their husband, if it were their work, if they got this type of you know, they're handcuffing the police officers and giving every right known to man to the criminals. They're sending the message: continue to do the crime. You're not going to do the time. It's over with. And Ms. Sessions, doesn't D.C. get a good bit of funding from the federal government? Could they do without the funding, you think?
Mr. Norman, the amount of carnage that happens in Washington, D.C. with things that I personally disagree with are staggering, including that Washington, D.C. a few years ago, all the money that was given for hospitals was used up in months just on overdoses alone. The amount of money that goes for women to have healthy babies, and they lead the nation in unhealthy babies. They have crime-ridden problems that get in the way of families that are trying to raise their children and have better schools. They will defund charter schools. They will take away the opportunity where a glimpse of light just appears. And I believe that we have been very careful at government reform and oversight. I chair what's called government operations, and I have tried to be very careful as we dealt with what the money, the federal money that was used, and what outcomes come there. But I think James Comer and the committee have attempted to look at the biggest problems, not all the problems. And we certainly are not there to do anything other than to make things a little bit better. And I think exactly the way you say it is the way it is, and that is we do have a responsibility, and we are going to exercise that. And it's not going to happen on our watch that we will allow this to continue.
No, and I mentioned earlier when Mr. McGovern made a comment about basically embracing socialism, a godless type of government. That's the difference now, what we're facing now. What New York City has embraced and what America was built on is not socialism. It's never worked. This is another example. This shows the difference in the two parties right now. One is completely off the rails, totally a Marxist-type government. This illustrates, when it comes to crime, they coddle the criminal and do harm to the police. So thank you for bringing this up. I yield back.